is like, everything is yes or no here, but, black and white, or I don't know. But then actually in an Eastern tradition, everything is gray. Sometimes it becomes, yes, it's always yes and no and yes. So it's just a different, mixture of everything, So, and even like, right, either you go to heaven or hell, but the Buddhist tradition, there's 6 realms, 6 different ways to go out after, at least, after the life too, right? And also here it seems like after this, that's it. But then there's the reincarnation, as you've heard, or the life continues kind of way, and so the past lives and all those things. Then you become much more circular, and many times, East and West is Western tend to be, linear way of thinking, beginning and the end, and and then the Eastern is a circular way of thinking, and so it's some parts are similar, but some are very different, right? And so many, those differences actually apply to the when we do the interface too, right? The one God revisions versus many gods revisions. And as if interface is always like one faith, one God, but I don't know whether it's true or not. I mean, in terms of the world itself, there are many gods. It may be, or even many devils or evils or demons as well, right? So there's a different way of looking at it anyway. And so even like when I'm talking about, I was, like a justice. There's no justice is one of the other things. Justice versus maybe Eastern, maybe harmony, because we don't have that much of justice thing. And also there are, you can start making a lot of stuff too, but, no, like a rights versus maybe responsibilities. Maybe, that's another. Nowadays, we start talking about responsibility, which is I'm very happy about it. And so so many parts are kind of different. And but then that affect to the how you see the, peace too. Because one thing that I was stuck to, all religion looking for peace, but actually, if the definition of peace is different, it makes a kind of different things. Meaning like, of course, peace simple means no conflict happening. But then how you make the no conflict happen is very different, East and West. And then simply like, justified war theory, never be able to exist in a peace. But then, I mean, in an Eastern sense, but yet, it exists, right? So which means, the conflict, how you, solve the conflict is sometimes, if the source of problem, get rid of it, then it's solved. So which means sometimes peace through the war is possible. Because they create the problem. So if they get rid of this, if we get rid of this people, then we're okay. So that's why we're looking for the peace. I don't know whether that's a peaceful solution or not, but it has been practiced that way too, right? And then so instead of ahimsa or no violence, but through the violence you can create the peace. I mean that has been actually historically speaking, that's more. I mean more of those idea of peace. Existed, right, for a long time. And especially like a Western culture, I believe. And in terms of East tradition, of course, when we say peace, then no killing, simply. It doesn't involve any killing, or it doesn't involve any of the, violence, right? And so that's one thing. It makes me kind of strange sometimes when we gather to the peace praise supposed to be, and I heard all the comments of some people talking about justify wars theories, and we have to have a weapon to weapon, so that's why you can keep the peace. I mean that's maybe one idea too. Of course, but then of course Buddhist idea of keeping a peace is just drop your gun or drop your weapons. Then you don't have to fight. Also, I mean you have the guns and so forth, and then control the peace is one. But you drop the guns and have a peace. I mean there are 2 ways of having a peace too, I think, and so.